Why is cutting so important? Cutting does a number of things to cause havoc for a defense. It helps an offense get a player open. It also creates proper spacing, which in turn gives the offense enough room to operate properly. Cutting makes defenses pay attention to each player on the court rather than focusing on help defense. The most important thing cutting does for your offense is score buckets without running set plays. Teams should be able to score at least 10 buckets a game off cuts, even off of common cuts like the V cut, L cut, and back and or dive cuts if done properly. Players like Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, and even Rip Hamilton made a career off of reading a defense and then using appropriate cuts to get open. In order to be able to score off of cuts, there are a few things that you need to remember. 1. Being able to read the defense and making the proper cuts. There may be times that you need to set up your defender before going into the cut. Number 2, you need correct timing. Try to time your move so that you are open when you are able to receive the pass. Number 3, change speeds. This makes you unpredictable and difficult to guard. Number 4, cut hard. A quick, hard first step is key. Explode out of the cut. Number 5, have your hands ready to catch and be in position to shoot or be in triple threat position. Number 6, once you catch the ball after using cuts such as V cut, L cut, flash cut, or shallow cut, rip the ball through low and hard so you are in triple threat position. As you rip the ball through, swing your front foot past the defender's front foot and use a quick, low, and explosive first step to blow by the defender. You can also use the rip through to create space and shoot a jumper off the catch. The following will describe and demonstrate how you can score baskets with these 12 common basketball cuts. Number 1, V cut. The V cut is a common cut that is used by a wing player to get open against man-to-man defenses. There are 2 basic V cuts a player can use to get open: a quick or short V cut and a jam down V cut. When using the V cut, start with a few medium speed steps toward the middle of the court. Go no lower than the 3rd hash mark in the lane and then cut hard in the shape of a V back to the ball. When making the final leg of the cut, plant your inside foot hard and step off quickly with your other foot to your foot. Prior to making the final cut, you want your hands tight to your body but already set to catch the ball, so you push off your defender legally in order to help create space. If you extend your hands, it is an offensive foul. Once you catch the ball, rip the ball through and read what the defense does. If the defender backs off and you are in your range, take the jumper. If the defender is still in your grill after the rip through, attack the defender's front leg by getting your front foot past the defender with a low, quick, explosive first step. V cuts are best used on the weak side of the offense for an isolation situation. Number 2, L cut, up and out. The L cut is a great way to get open on the perimeter when starting on the low block. It is called an L cut because the cut looks like an L. When making this cut, you don't need to be quick, but you need exquisite footwork and use your body to hold off the defender. Take your defender up the lane, may go to elbow or cut it off short. Once you are ready to make the cut, get your top foot over the defender's foot and then have your body to nudge the defender a slight nudge to create space. Have your hands ready as you cut out to the wing. Rip the ball through after catching the ball. If you created enough space through your cut, get ready to step into your shot for a jumper. You can also use the cut when starting at the high post by going down the lane and then out. Number 3, shallow cut. A shallow cut is a perimeter cut that is used when you are exchanging positions. It also can be used when replacing a player who has vacated his position by dribbling or passing and cutting. You can use this type of cut versus man or zone defenses. When using a shallow cut, you can make an underneath cut and then popping out to where the player was previously located. You can also use a shallow cut to relocate on the other side of the floor. For example, you are on the right wing and the point guard from top of the circle dribbles towards you. You make an underneath cut through the lane and pop out on the left side of the floor. Scoring options off a shallow cut are the same as if you used a V cut or L cut. Number 4, dive cut or basket cut. A dive cut is any cut toward the basket and will many times result in an easy layup for you or your teammate. Number 5, back cut. A back cut is used when you cut behind the defender, and it is primarily used when you start out on the perimeter. It is a cut that should result in a great scoring opportunity for you or a teammate. It is also a cut where you may have to set up your defender. You must have an explosive first step. You can use the back cut in a number of situations. Against man-to-man defenses, you can use back cuts when a defender is overplaying you or denying you the pass on the perimeter. You can also cut when a teammate is dribbling at you. In this situation, you may have to take a few steps toward the ball before making the cut. A great time to make a back cut is when you are on the weak side wing, when the ball is either up top or in the high post against man or zone defenses. The defense is adjusting to dribble or ball movement and preoccupied with helping or collapsing on the high post. Another way you can use a back cut, either weak side or ball side, is when you are in the corner and rub your defender off a teammate, that's a back screen, who is stationed in the low post. For back cut to be an effective scoring option, timing between the cutter and passer must be perfect. The passer must be an accurate passer. Let's talk about some players who really made a career out of scoring without the ball before we get into more options on how to score. Reggie Miller. Reggie was a master in creating separation through his maneuvering through screens and running around the floor. He will only really put it to the floor to create an extra amount of space to get a clear look at the basket. Richard Hamilton, also known as Rip Hamilton. Rip probably ran around an extra 4 miles a game on the court. Defenders definitely hated how elusive he was on the court with his ability to catch and shoot without being fully squared to the basket. Ray Allen. Ray Allen became more of a scorer without the ball in his hands later in his career, but wow, did he adapt in a major way, as his role as just a shooter won him 2 NBA titles.